Greetings, ladies and gents, and welcome to this latest edition of Tales from Outer Space. And as always, I hope that you enjoy. A quick thank you to the T5 peeps: Bob the Dragon, Datamagnet, Crab Lobster, DuckMachine, Astraya the Dreamer, Mezec, Feudic Jarl, and Casper Arnholtz. Thank you very much. Story number 1. Imagine, written by Tannen Bananen. Breathe in, breathe out. The entanglement radio crackled. Hermes Actual, this is Jackson Station. You are go for departure. My small shuttle shuddered as it left the inertial dampness of the station behind. Breathe in, breathe out. Hermes, your diagnostics are green across the board. Preparations are complete. Controls have been remotely tethered. Stand by for countdown. I could feel my heart beating hard in my chest, pushing against the massive lead vest that covered my upper torso. Fight or flight would do me no good here, strapped into the cockpit of a shuttle barely larger than my E4 dormitory on Jackson. Of course, my innermost reptilian amygdaloid brain begged to differ. Adrenaline coursed through my veins. Breathe in, breathe out. 30 seconds. There's something about the UN Space Force that always appealed to me as a kid, patrolling the home and orbital transfers between Earth and the Martian territories in a state-of-the-art interceptor, kicking pirate rear all day. Heck yes. What nobody told me was that you probably won't get your own interceptor, and that generally, space life is boring. Breathe in, breathe out. 15 seconds. Orbital adjustments take weeks to complete, and our old Millie G ion drives, scrubbing decks in microgravity becomes tedious really fast. Even the view of Ceres gets pretty old pretty quick. Everything looks, feels, smells, and tastes like cold metal. Tensions between the current political quagmire between the superpowers of Earth, Luna, and Mars become a hassle for the mixed crews in Jackson. The constant threat of interplanetary war and mandatory reconscription keeping everyone on their toes. And, possibly, most of all, you can only eat the same crappy, gelatinous hydroponic garbage and synth meat stew so many times before you'd much rather punch through your laminated window and taste the vacuum of space. Breathe in, breathe out. 10 seconds. But if you stay, maybe pass a few dozen more aptitude tests, listen to your CO, and prove that you're a good wiggle soldier boy. That's when you start to get some perks. For example, you just might 5, get a chance to 4, drive something 3, to perhaps be reading 2, fecking 1, cool, blink. Breathe in, breathe out. I am not even going to pretend to understand what conjoined loopholes in the aberration that is post-LHC physics allowed the eggheads back on Earth to grind out this method of space-piercing nonsense. Talked about extra spatial dimensions or something. But it worked. I saw a flash brighter than anything I'd ever seen, and then it was over. Though my skin already felt mildly sunburnt. Through the spots in my vision, I watched as the space around my shuttle rippled back into the inky darkness, save for a single, somewhat bright spot in my rear view mirror. And I was about 80,000 clicks from an enormous blue marble, quietly rotating in the cold twilight. So that's Neptune. Truth be told, it was not a bad view for the most distant place humanity had ever traveled. Off to the left, I saw a couple distant pinpricks of light on the tiny pearl named Triton. The research outpost must have been expecting me, at least. The entanglement radio gave off some quiet static. I keyed in, utilizing my best civvy pilot voice. I even cupped my hand over the mic for added authenticity. Jackson, y'all really need to pack me some sunscreen next time. A little toasty up here. I could hear important-sounding papers being thrown up into zero-tree confetti through the roaring round of applause and cheering from back in Ceres. They were proud of what they'd just accomplished. And honestly, despite being just a dumb test pilot from New Nebraska who happened to be good at following orders and signing paperwork, I was pretty proud too. I just travelled over 4 billion kilometres in the blink of an eye, without getting sheared into atom-sized pieces. As a few research vessels stationed at Triton all scrambled to collect me, for a moment I felt the sanguine shred of hope, of peace. Perhaps there was still a chance for us, hidden way out there, amongst the boundless seas of sparse starlight. A chance for mankind to come together and take the universe by storm. To finally answer the ancient question that has postulated under the gentle light of those same stars an eternity ago. We only had to imagine a better way. End of story. Story number 2. Defiance in small form, written by a glass of whiskey. Kill them all, but save their lives, was the directive that had gone out before the invasion. With the blessed weapons, it was their duty to bless primitive species. The advanced ones were not too much of a fight. A simple shoot and then eternal bliss. Each species was different, but pleasure was all the same. They knew that they would be blessed at the end, but now they had a duty to uphold, as they massacred the humans throughout the town. Marching along the streets, he felt as the first prophets must have felt, delivering blessings to all. Behind him, the now saved and blessed humans lay down, shaking, their mind filled with ecstasy from now until forever, until their next lives. An entire army of primitives, nothing before one of them, since they had the righteousness and blessings of force fields on their side. Forward, soldiers, forwards! Deliver them from their wretched existence and bring them into the fold! His comrades had spread out through the village, and now most of it was blessed, and evident by the smoke putters rising up against the sky. Almost all the village had been blessed, but there was one house left. He walked through the door. The frame bulged under the power of his force field. With it, no primitive could even get close, unless he chose to approach them. I have come to bless all, the standard greeting when entering another's abode. Primitives or not, standards must be upheld. Please, don't kill my mommy. The tiny creature before him shook where it stood with tears dripping from its eyes. She can't run. Do not worry, little one, only blessings will be given today. Poor creature, can't distinguish between eternal bliss and death. Well, that was why they were there after all. He reached down to pat her. Soon enough, everything will be better. Eternal bliss awaits. The shaking and the tears stopped. Finally, a creature that had seen reason. I will just bless you with my weapon and all will be well. Just stand there and... Pain, the ultimate enemy, protruded from his chest. When he looked down, a knife's handle sat in it, still vibrating from the force of the stabbing. You're not gonna hurt my mommy. The little creature was crying no more. Defiance shone on its face. I have come to... The blue blood filled his lungs and mouth, each breath being harder than the one before. This was the promised end. Soon her brethren come along and bless him. Even if he would fall, his soul would be set free. Eternity in bliss. No more pain. He let the weapon go and collapsed down onto the floor, breathing hurt so much. When he laid face down in a pool of his own blood, just let it be over. The little girl took his arm and dragged him bit by bit towards the other room. As he got to the edge, the little girl released him, and his eyes could see the terrible scene inside. His brethren spread across the floor, dead. The little girl's eyes had a dangerous glimmer to them. No one will hurt my mommy. The stench of gasoline filled his nostrils. Oh, no, not burning, anything but burning. He had not been blessed yet. Did the creature not know what she was doing? Little one, please bless me. The little girl had stopped dragging him and was scanning the weapon that he had dropped. Yes. Please. No. The little girl picked up the gun and dragged it towards another room. Another pile, he realized, must be inside. When she returned, she was carrying a matchstick and its box. Why? 'Cause you dummies hurt Mummy. She struck the match, but it broke. 3 more times he had to suffer the angst before the flame was lit. Please. Bless. Coughing with a sickening wet sound escaped his throat as his voice filled with blood. The little girl dropped the matchstick and fire roared, quickly enveloping the entire gasoline-entrenched room, including a bit of the girl's shirt that caught fire. Stupid fire, she said, as she backed away to a safer distance while hitting it like a misbehaving teddy bear. Needs to get Mummy. At those words, the little human turned around and walked towards the stairs. As the flames started to lick his body, he saw the little one drag a body out from under the hiding place beneath the stairs. A lifeless corpse of an adult female human was difficult to drag for the little girl, as she stumbled onwards towards the back door. When the corpse had been dragged out all the way outside the house and outside his view, the flames started to burn his flesh. The licking flames covered his body, causing pain to sear through it. Unable to move a finger, with one last glance upwards, he saw the girl, standing in the opening, just watching him burn. A little smile covered her face, like a demon from another world, as he was engulfed by the flames. End of story. And that, my friends, concludes this video. I hope that you enjoyed. There are links down below, both to support this channel and for the author of this fiction. Anyways, I hope you all have a fantastic one, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.